Welcome back to another one of my videos where I will be explaining a little bit more insight on why Trump won this election thanks to male voters and specifically minority voters, because that was a demographic that was lost by the Democrats. And I make these videos I want to say as middle of the road as possible. What I want you to be able to walk away from these videos noticing is that I'm not here to try to convince someone to switch their allegiance to the other political party. I'm not here to say, here's what you should do. I'm here to say, and I'm not even here to defend my beliefs. It's more so, if you're a Democrat and you want to understand how the election was lost, well, you can watch my videos, you can study these and learn for the next election, maybe how to turn this around. And I'm saying that completely unironically. I really would like to help inform people and help people. So that's where I'm coming from. What I want to focus on specifically in this video is this idea that men and minorities, but specifically men, have felt alienated by the Democratic Party. And that's part of why this shift has occurred, because I want to be very clear. I truly have identified as apolitical pretty much the whole time I've been voting. I mean, specifically for the last 20 years, I've openly identified as centrist or libertarian or independent, whatever it was. I was never allegiant to a particular party. But Elon Musk had said it, and I think it's well put, that the middle isn't what it used to be. We've seen that shift. I feel that the left is so far over here that it's alienated me, a guy who people don't see as any type of minority. I'm officially 53% Hispanic. And I say that because I don't want to shy away from that. I don't want someone to look up another video on this channel like, oh, he's not just a white guy. He is like, he's technically more than half Hispanic. So yeah, that's why I bring that up. But specifically, this idea is that men and I'd say minorities have felt alienated by the Democratic Party. Specifically, this is something I see with both all the men I know in real life and people of minority status as far as from an ethnic perspective, is that there's a strong sense of morality. I'm a good man. That's the concept. I am a good man. I love my wife. I love my children. I'm a hardworking man. I don't get in trouble with the law. I'm a good man. I treat people kindly. It's okay that they disagree with me. I'm a good man. I'm a kind man, but I won't let people walk over me. And I think, to me, that's a very masculine perspective. And I think a lot of minorities, that's built into their mindset. I think that's fair to say. I don't think really people could agree with that generalization that I just made. So here's how it feels. Yes, we're getting into emotions here, aren't we? But I'm an emotionally intelligent man. I don't wear my emotions on my sleeve, but I can recognize there's times where we do have to recognize emotion. So I feel that the Democratic side, and a lot of this is the far, far left, and I recognize that, but the mid-left or the regular left, the mainstream left, has not really denounced this. So therefore it makes me feel like in general the left feels this way. But it's this whole end the patriarchy thing, that because I am a man, I'm evil. I'm wrong. I abuse people. I take advantage of people. By default, because I'm a man, and let's say, I was about to say mostly European descent, but that's not really true. People perceive me that way. But either way, I'm a man, therefore I am the problem. And that's the idea that has been broadcast. That's the message that's been received from what I perceive as Democrats to me. You're the problem. That's the message that I receive. Now, imagine I live my life thinking I'm a good man. I love my wife. I take care of my kids. I provide for my family. I'm a hardworking person. And I have a strong moral code, all right? So that's how I feel on the inside about myself. And I mean, just to be clear, I feel not a judgmental person. There are people with different views than I have, but I don't look down on them because they disagree. I'm more interested in finding out how I do agree with people, not how I disagree, not labeling people. And I feel that that's the problem, is I perceive that Democrats in general have labeled men as the problem. They've labeled men as bad, as not good. Again, that's an attack against this idea that I know in my heart that I'm a good man. I know that. So imagine all the men who are like me, who feel that way about themselves, and feel that message from the left, and minorities also, who feel, well, so being a man is not a good thing. That's a bad thing. If I happen to be married to a woman and care for my family and be hardworking, that's a bad thing. So what happens is, this is the way I live my life, if someone hurls an insult or a label at me, I'm not here to defend myself and say, no, you're wrong. Now, granted, I will think that, but I won't say it, because if that's what they believe, it's a waste of time to try to prove someone wrong if they think that I'm a bad person. So ultimately what I do is sort of lean into that and think, all right, they think that I'm a bad person. Okay, well, then I guess I'm not going to vote for that side. I will vote for this side. And I think that's sort of the dog whistle, that silent movement towards Republican side for men and a lot of Hispanics, is that, okay, so you think it's okay that I'm a straight man who's married to a woman and loves my kids and works hard and actually doesn't pass judgment on other people for how they believe? Like, I can just be part of this group? And the Republican response ultimately seems, yeah, of course, come on over. Well, do I need to tell you what my race is? Do you care if I'm Hispanic or black or... No, why would we care about that? What do you think we are, racist? Well, the left says that you are... We don't care about your race. That's great that you have that, but we're Americans. And you're a man, and you're contributing to society. You're helping raise a family. You're keeping a stable marriage going. Yeah, that's good for the economy. That's good for our country. Isn't that largely what being an American is? Of course you belong over here. So I think this is very important for the left to hear. It feels that those of us who are men with strong family values feel alienated, feel judged, feel labeled, because we ultimately are actually not judgmental. I'm not saying that there are Trump supporters I'm not saying that there are none that are judgmental, but I'm saying it feels very judgy. The left feels like they're very judgmental towards people who don't line up to, I want to say, the fringes of society that they often cater to. So if you're mainstream, you don't really belong with the left, is how it feels. So it's funny because I've heard this said this week too, post-election, is that the Democrats were painting, a lot, and I get this a lot in the comments. If you're a good man, how could you vote for Trump? And they go through felon and all these things and name all these things about Trump. But it's like, well, at this point, you've already labeled me, made me feel like I'm supposedly not a good man. So I guess I'm not a good man in your eyes. So you can kind of see how it blurs the lines on, well, what's morality then? Because if you don't think a faithful, hardworking husband and father is a good man, if you think I'm the problem because of the whole patriarchy thing, then yeah, I guess I'm bad according to you. And okay, then Trump's bad too. Then okay, well, at least he will accept the fact, that party, Republicans, accept the fact. They accept who I am, which is a good man. And I think I'm a good man that was lost on the Democratic Party. I want to be so clear. I've said it many times. I would have totally voted for Kamala Harris. A month ago, I said, yeah, I really don't know who to vote for. I went around saying that. I don't know who to vote for. I mean, I'm the ideal, stereotypical, persuadable. That's who I was. But then when I started putting this together, I just didn't. I'm like, well, I guess they don't want me, right? They don't. But liberal Democrat, they don't want me. I'd be of good service, but I'm not here to have to convince them that I'm good. That'd be a waste of my time. well, this group already thinks that I'm good. They already know that I'm good. That's not even a conversation. They're not looking for a label. And they're also not even looking for some kind of ethnic qualification either. I think that's part of it too, is that I didn't feel welcome on the Democratic side because, again, even though I'm 53% Hispanic, I'm still perceived as a white man. So it didn't feel like I belong because I wasn't diverse enough somehow. So I appreciate you watching this video. Again, I hope that we can have a healthy conversation about this. And I've been making it very clear, for those who leave comments only to attack my character or to imply that I'm ignorant, I will leave you a comment response that says, thank you for supporting this channel's algorithm. Because what happens is every time we go back and forth in the comments, it does make my content more visible for new viewers. So it definitely helps the channel. So either way, you're helping the channel if you leave a comment. Thanks for being here. Your comments belong right here.